was a wonderful person. She fought countless wars and helped the lives of so many people across the world, not just in this region. She was around long before regions were even concepts. Her love of the world and its people was admirable. She'd help anyone who needed it, and always fought for a just cause. Or whichever cause was the most just. Not every war has a righteous side. But even she, who was a goddess among men, knew when to step aside and let humans fight their own battles. Of all 6 divine warriors, she was the only one who didn't go through the cycle of reincarnation through death.
Forgive me, but I was under the impression that they all lived for a very long time.
They did. But Irene was different. She was the matron, the one divine warrior who transcended them all, destined to live as she watched her friends go through their cycle of rebirth and reincarnation.
Sounds like a horrible life.
It was. For Irene, nothing was more painful than seeing her friends die. I remember that day.
But there's...
Indeed. Even though the divine warriors were gods, some of them allowed human emotions to control their actions. A long time ago, Irene, Enki, Esmond, Menphia, and Kozak had to kill Shad the Destroyer. Aphmau?
I'm fine. Sorry. Just something bothering me.
I see. In any case, Shad loved Irene deeply, and Irene loved him back. However, their love was star-crossed, for the fates destined Irene to be a champion for peace, while Shad was destined to be the warrior of chaos and destruction, good and evil. They were caught in a constant cycle of conflict, but Irene always brought him back. She would throw Shad into different realms to fight their battles, which he eventually learned to break, thus giving him the title Realm Breaker. Even though Irene loved Shad, she always put others first, above her own needs and desires. She was forever compelled to resolve conflicts and help others in this realm. Then, there was Esmond, the Protector. Esmond was a shield for good. He would fight by Irene's side. However, the fates work in cruel ways, and eventually he fell in love with Irene. This caused conflict between the 3 warriors often, but this grated on her, and over time she forgot how to love, how to feel empathy. She lost her emotions for everyone and everything, being the longest living of the divine warriors. Well, you can only live for so long before you disconnect from human emotions.
You think?
Hey guys, I'm Cassie Ho. I'm a fitness instructor and fashion designer. My job is to work out, so whether I am running, doing Pilates, like taking a HIIT class, I need a contact lens that can perform and deliver with me, and I go pretty hard. When I first tried on the Dailies Total One contact lenses, they didn't feel like it because they provided this cushion of moisture, and it was just amazing.
Tell me that after you've lived over 1,000 years. I was saying, Irene continued to do good for the world, but she was no longer able to return feelings of love to those that loved her, even me. During this time, Esmond, Enki, and Kozak together determined that if Shad was gone, there would be no darkness in this world, and maybe Irene would learn to love again. How they came to this conclusion still remains a mystery to me. I never believed he was the source of darkness in this world. Darkness comes from the hearts of humans. In any case, Shad found out of this betrayal and lost all reason. He ascended and turned into something purely evil. What we know as the Shadow Lord. It was Irene's greatest fight. She ended up creating the Irene dimension for the sole purpose of containing Shad there. It was a fight that lasted ages. In the end, the 5 divine warriors banded together and managed to break Shad and his relic into pieces, scattered throughout the world, and locked his soul away in the Nether. After all that, Irene didn't feel anything, and in a twisted way, this actually hurt her. She wanted to feel sorrow for Shad's death, but she could not. Eventually, her fellow divine warriors died, leaving her all alone. Do you feel anything, Aphmau?
I don't know.
Then let me continue. Irene came to me one day and said, "I want to learn how to feel again." She'd say all of her memories and go into slumber in the realm she created, the Irene dimension. She took her powers from herself and left them in a relic in her realm. As she sealed away her memories, she gave me a staff and said, "Take this. When it glows, place it somewhere where I can be woken from my slumber. Place it somewhere that needs my help." And with that, she vanished into her realm. Hundreds of years later, just reborn into a shadow knight, came into my forest. A boy who, even though lost all emotion, still cared for his brother.
And you said, take this and place it somewhere that needs the help of Irene. Back then, I didn't think you meant the help of the actual Irene.
Wait, what?
Aphmau, you are Lady Irene.
What?
There's no way.
You can't be serious, Mom.
By the 6.
You're telling me that I am Irene. I have no recollection of that. It's impossible.
You are Irene, and you know this.
Oh my Irene. Oh my me? What?
I know it's a lot to take in.
While this is